We're here at day one of the People's Summit in Chicago, which is uniting left groups for a, quote, movement beyond the resistance. We asked some of the thousands of attendees what demands this must have within the Democratic Party and outside of it.
We have to build power outside any political parties, that we have to build the power outside and push the Democratic Party to align with us on our issues, not the other way around.
You know, we have a lot to focus on because we are getting hit left and right by the Trump administration, by everything that they've been doing for, since they took office. There's a lot of communities who, have it worse, even worse than others, by what he's been doing in his executive actions. But I also think that we also have to figure out what we are also fighting for. And I think, for me, I'm just really tired of fighting against everything. I think we do have to resist. Some of us have been resistant for years.
And I think you're asking what does a real progressive movement look like? This is it right here. I mean, you're talking about a place where out of that Bernie campaign, and I was a Bernie Sanders surrogate, I served on the platform committee for the Democrats, we had positions that people cared about. And the corporate Democrats had positions that were wishy-washy and weak and didn't create enthusiasm. We wanted $15 an hour, not $12. We wanted a ban on fracking, not useless regulations that are just a gimme for the oil and gas industry. We wanted to stop the spying and NSA. We wanted single payer, not more corporate profits for a healthcare plan that is actually charging people a lot of money.
I think one of the lessons from Corbin's victory is that people want to fight for something. They want a radical agenda. They want the safety net restored. They don't want to be involved with foreign countries that fund terrorism. They want to break the traditional pattern this country has been going to for the last 70 years. How you don't hear that from the Democratic Party in the United States today. Where is that going to come from here?
It's going to come from the grassroots people who make up this conference, forge this conference, but most importantly, they go back to where they are. The big fight is at the local level. It's nice to demonstrate in Washington, but that's not going to get anything done. What we've got to do is go back, recruit people to run for school boards, city councils, Congress, state legislatures, etc., and build an actual movement. People are getting elected all across the country on exactly the program that you just talked about.
Let me ask you this question. Who do you think have more influence on our election? Russia or ExxonMobil? Goldman Sachs or Russia? Right? The healthcare industry, Monsanto or Russia? Why don't you ask this question? What's ExxonMobil's relationship to Russia? Rex Tillerson is over in Russia right now, working with Vladimir Putin to figure out how to frack the Arctic. That's $1 trillion deal. He's the Secretary of State. So we have a lot of influences on our elections. Unfortunately, the only influence on our elections should be the people. That's why this is called the People's Summit.
These issues also transect with what Bernie Sanders called, and you were a surrogate for him, challenging the oligarchy in this country, and they're making money on all these issues, criminal justice, healthcare. What is it going to take to build a broad movement that really does that?
We've been organizing in silos, the kind of ending mass incarceration, the immigrant rights folks, the environmental justice folks, but at the end of the day, to your point, you got to follow the money. The prison industrial complex are the same people who are making money off of the detention centers, are making money off of fossil fuels, are making money off of the banks. I mean, our communities are the ones that are being directly hit. It is our communities that are impacted by poverty. It is our communities who are the making up, black and brown communities making up the majority of the prison population. So it's going to require an economic boycott. It's going to require us organizing intersectionally, bringing all the movements to the table. It's about building power. It can't be just theoretical and ideological. We can't just talk anymore. We got to do the work on the ground.
Stay tuned to therealnews.com for all of our coverage of the 2017 People's Summit, as well as the launching of the Nina Turner Show. With Michael Sonato, this is Jessel Noor in Chicago.